What is going on, guys? Money Webby here, back again on Wednesday. I got 8 games here tonight. I got it broken down for you with my Money 6 of my favorite plays on the board. Very excited about it. So before we get going, if you could spam up that like button, that'd be appreciated. Let's try to go over 70 likes in this one. Thank you if we can hit that. Let's hop right into it, though. So first guy up, Jacob DeGrom. I'm going to bite the bullet, pay up for him, 11,800. The two other guys at the top, Barrios and Giolito, are just really risky pitchers. And I think they could easily get knocked around here, even though their matchups are good. Barrios is the kind of guy that no matter the matchup, he can beat himself. So I think DeGrom, safest of the bunch at the top, and has the best upside of all of them as well. So he's a 31% K rate on the year, really good strikeout stuff. The White Sox are a very high strikeout team themselves. I believe they have the highest strikeout rate on the slate, and they're going to be without their best hitter possibly here with Yoan Moncada having a hamstring injury, and he could easily be out again here tonight. So if he's out of the lineup, this is a very, very weak lineup. I think DeGrom will make some quick work of them. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my first guy. Then it gets a little bit sketchy with the SB2s here again tonight, but I think Urquidy is the guy from me at 7,000 going against the Cleveland Indians. So it's pretty much the reason why I'm on him. It's not that great of a matchup, but his analytics and his numbers have been very good so far in a few starts. So he's a 265 FIP, 293 XFIP, two really elite marks there, and his strikeout rate, 28.8%, is really good as well. So in Cleveland here, Vegas doesn't really like him. They're implied around almost like 4.9 runs, I believe, currently. But I think he could be a guy that gives us some good production. And the price like at 7,000 is definitely reasonable. And like I mentioned, it's pretty. The main reason why I'm on him is because the other pitchers on this slate are just not good. And Urquidy has at least shown the ability to have some good outings. And there's going to be 9-mile-an-hour winds blowing in from center field, which is very good as well to help eliminate some power. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my second guy. For my first hitter, I'm going to go with Matt Olson here at 4,300. Going against Jordan Lyles, his first start for the Milwaukee Brewers. They just traded for him, so there's definitely going to be some nerves there. And Jordan Lyles as well, pitching for the Pirates so far this year, was really bad. He allowed so far a 4.16 WOBA to lefties and 2 home runs per 9. So definitely struggling against lefties. And Matt Olson, a really underrated hitter. I always love to see his approach at the plate. Feels like he covers so much distance in the strike zone, and he just has great power against righties and lefties. So even if, again here, if Jordan Lyles somehow was able to kind of limit him through like 3 at-bats or something like that, even against the bullpen, if he matches up with a lefty or righty, he has that ability against both sides of the plate. We saw that on full display last night. He went deep against Josh Hader on the Brewers, like one of their best bullpen guys at the lefty. And Olson said, you know what, I'm going to end it here. So 4,300 though, really good power. I think he can get it done against Jordan Lyles, who's really been struggling. So lock him in. I want to go with Bryce Harper. Mentioned him last night, but really some unfortunate events. I mean, 8 DraftKings points isn't bad, but he had 3 walks. So he only had one like legit at bat where he didn't get a hit, and I believe he flat out to right field. So he was hitting it where I was hoping he would hit it last night, but wasn't able to get the upside that we're looking for. But the same thing goes here for this matchup. It's a part downgrade for the Giants pitcher, Samardzija. He's been allowing good amount of hard contact, good amount of home runs over the last 2 years. 2 home runs per 9 to lefties so far. And it's going to be pretty humid here. It's looking like a good hitting conditions. It's a good hitting park already. So I'm going to lock him in there and hopefully gives us some revenge with a home run tonight. And for my third guy, I want to go in that same game. Alex Dickerson here, a guy that's been extremely, extremely good against right-handed pitchers so far in the year. I mean, he hasn't played a full slate of games, only 42 games played, but still his sample size is getting up there. I mean, and the numbers have been still really good at 333 ISO, 458 WOBA versus righties, and that's including that 16 out of those games were played at home and San Fran. He's still showing good power there, so he definitely is a guy that's been very impressive so far to me, and I think it's a good matchup against Vince Velasquez, another guy allowing a ton of home runs this year. The Giants, I think, actually have some good upside on the slate against Velasquez because he can be a guy that gets absolutely destroyed any given start and can really struggle, allow like 3 home runs in the first 3 innings and just get pulled. And the Phillies bullpen isn't that great as well. So Alex Dickerson, elite stuff against righties. think he can get it done here tonight. For my last guy, we're going to go with Chris Davis. I mean, I've been trying to find this guy's breakout game for the last month. Hasn't been able to come through, but last night was the night. If anyone was playing him, congrats to you. You got finally the Chris Davis of old. And I think this is a guy that's always been, over the last few years, a streaky hitter. The home runs just come in bunches for him, and he always kind of somehow musters out a good finishing stat line of the year. So he's currently batting 230. We know over the last 3 years he's batting 247 or something like that, and hitting 30 plus home runs every single year. So there's definitely going to be some turning up over the last month or so if he's going to be able to hit those marks. So I think this spot, though, against Jordan Lyles, like I mentioned, not a good pitcher. Very streaky hitter is Chris Davis. Typically, I don't look into that stuff, but Chris Davis is always a guy that I think of when I think of streaky hitters. Him and Nelson Cruz are the two that kind of stick at the top of my head. So at 3,300 here, still a guy. Even last year is still indicative of the next year typically, unless a guy just falls off a cliff. This is a guy that still showed good home run power even at the beginning of the year. So I think he can pick it up here tonight against a bad pitcher in Jordan Lyles, and him with Matt Olson could be a nice little mini stack hopefully. So lock him in there as your final play. So you got DeGrom, Urquidy, Matt Olson, Bryce Harper, Alex Dickerson, and Chris Davis. So I hope you enjoyed it. Slap a like in the video before you head out. If you did, 70 plus likes. Let's try to hit that. Thank you. Subscribe to the channel as well. We're 25 subscribers away from 8,000. Haven't been able to hit it. So if we can hit that, I would really appreciate that. It goes a long way. So thank you guys for the continued support. Good luck here tonight. We'll see you back here again next time.